Hey everyone!
everyone! Welcome to Rooted Conversations. Rooted in truth, open in conversation.
Honest conversation and real life experience help you feel seen, encouraged, and grounded.
Let's dive into this week's episode.
Welcome back to Rooted Conversations. We're so thankful you're joining us today. Today's conversations is one of our favorites because we're talking about the power of a testimony.
We're joined by Rob and Deena Smart, who are sharing how God completely transformed their lives beginning in 2009, what life looked like before Christ, how he changed everything, and how he ultimately led them to Hendersonville, North Carolina. If you've ever wondered if God still changes lives or still calls ordinary people to extraordinary things, this episode is for you.
Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome.
It's good to see you guys. Thank you for having us on.
We're very excited.
We're
for being
excited.
here. We are.
We're so excited. What is something that God's been teaching you this week?
Just to trust him more with
That's
what's
always
going
a
on.
good one.
We've made some big changes, and there are still things that are changing, new jobs and this kind of stuff. And I think trust.
Yeah, that's a big,
Just
life
trying to
changes.
trust him
Yeah.
more.
To me, he's been showing me how good he is.
Oh, I love it.
I'm on summer break right now because I work for a school.
Right.
And I just work when I need to work. And so I've been able to slow down and enjoy things and sit on my porch and drink my coffee and just take it all in.
It's the simple things.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that. I would say for me, he's teaching me patience. And it's really hard.
Patience is a hard test.
Not
I want
easy.
things done,
Immediately.
Yeah. I noticed, for me, because what I do for a living, I like to report back, but he's slow down. You're running thin. And it's so true. So he's teaching me patience and to trust him too. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like for me, he's been teaching me that rest is productive, and it's really hard because sometimes I want to be doing more, but I've talked about it on the podcast before. I have some new illnesses that I've been diagnosed with, and I can't do everything because when I do, I crash really hard. And this week he was like, you need to rest or you're going to crash. And I'm like, okay, then I did. And then I felt better. I'm like, oh, it's just something so simple. Slow down.
That's
You don't
hard.
have to pace yourself. Your energy levels are different than other people,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Resting is hard for me too.
Yeah.
I like to check boxes and get things done.
We're in a
and
go world.
I have to be reminded too.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to stop for a minute. It's okay to breathe.
Yeah, rest is productive. Rest is
Absolutely.
healing.
And if you don't
Absolutely.
do it, he will do it
He'll
for you.
force you to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say, I guess, what is one prayer that you've seen recently? Like this.
Oh, one answered prayer?
One answered prayer.
That's a good one. He's really been working through with all my health stuff, because usually you have to wait months and months to get appointments, and I'm getting in and getting, as much as it sucks, I'm getting diagnosed really quickly. I'm getting the help that I need super fast, and I'm very grateful for that, because he heals in different ways, and I'm learning to trust him.
That is very good.
Yeah.
It's very good, and that's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
Especially with a broken medical system.
That is so true.
Not easy at all.
Yeah.
I say one answered prayer for me would be seeing him heal me in ways that I didn't know I needed healing still.
Yeah.
And it's a process, and watching him work throughout my whole life is actually a true blessing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So with that, I guess every testimony has a beginning, and before God changes our lives, we're all living a different story, right?
Yes.
For
so
sure.
let's jump in.
Let's hear your
story. We're so excited. Bring me back to
before 2009.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, thank you both for having us on.
Of course.
It's an honor to be able to share something, hopefully, that might help someone out there. So our story starts back in 1990, really, when we got married. And for about 19 years, up to 2009, we felt like we were fine. We thought we had a good marriage. We did have a good marriage. But somewhere along the way, we just kept drifting further and further away from the Lord. Went through a couple of churches where things just fell apart. A little bit of church hurt.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
I mean,
yeah.
some really stuff, So we were kind of looking, but not really looking for a church. And the friends that we were hanging around with at the time, it was kind of life in the fast lane. We were just partying more than we needed to. There was drinking involved, bad decisions, just the things that come with having people in your lives that aren't God-centered and God-focused like we really needed to be. And we knew the Lord. We were baptized young. We got married in a church that her granddad and her dad built.
Wow.
But things just gradually drifted away. And then sometime in 2008, I had a job manager change, and the new guy and I were like oil and water. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
So I was bringing a lot of that frustration home. That was leading into more.
He was never happy. It was like,
well, a bad work environment, it can change your whole attitude.
It really caused even more of the partying and the where we going this weekend kind of thing.
Because you had to escape, in a way.
Coping. You're coping.
You're coping with it.
And some of it is just that's how we knew about how to cope with some of this stuff.
Right.
Because what everybody else did, that we grew up with, that we hung around with. So right around August of 2009, it kind of all came to a head. We ironically were on the way home from a trip to North Carolina. And we came upon a DUI checkpoint.
Okay.
And they were not playing around. And when it came our time to pull up, they shot the flashlight in my eyes and said, "We need you to step out of the car." Which I'd never been through that. Probably the lowest point of my life, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, had to do a field sobriety test. I thought I did okay with it. The officer did not. So he told me, "I'm going to walk over to your truck and talk with your wife for a minute. And there better not be anything in that truck that shouldn't be, or you're going to jail."
Wow.
And I was a state employee, and I would lose my job.
Wow.
On top of all that was already.
And I must say that even when we weren't living, God was protecting, because there was a 6-pack of beer in the back seat that I covered up, and he shined the light in, and he did not see it.
Oh my God.
That was his protection in giving us another chance to get our life together.
Yep.
That is so good.
Wow.
Yep. So he walked back. He went straight past me to his car, and I thought he was going to put me in the back seat because he didn't say anything. Just went straight there, opened the door, grabbed something, walked over to me, and he handed me a pamphlet about DUI crash victims. And he looked me square in the eye and he said, "Mr. Smart, I don't know what's going on with you right now, but alcohol is not the way to solve your problems. I'm going to give you an opportunity if you promise me you're going straight home.
He had only had one.
And I don't want to see you again."
An hour before.
Yeah.
This all
anyway.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it wasn't like he was really.
No. But,
Inebriated.
my problem was I had not slept much for about 4 days, and I was tired. And the
that can cause you to.
You just,
do weird
I
things,
wasn't,
I
wasn't capable to do what he was asking me to do. But I guess God was working. Even though I didn't know it.
He gives us multiple
And
chances.
looking back on it, I really feel like God was giving me a wake-up call. So, look, I'm going to give you one more chance.
Yeah.
So I got back in the car. We didn't say anything for a while because we were still about 30, 45 minutes from home. And I think we were just both in shock, like, what just happened here, And we ended up driving to the parking lot of a church that was opening soon in Batesburg. I think it had just opened, so it was brand new. And we sat in the parking lot of that church, and we talked honestly, shed a few tears, and I don't know how long we were there. I'm not sure even how we ended up there. It was almost like God just drove us there.
Wow.
Okay. But
That's so good.
I finally looked at her and I said, "Listen, I don't know how we've made such a mess of our marriage, but I think we can find some answers here. Will you come tomorrow with me to church here?" Because this was a Saturday night. And she said yes. So we did. And the next day was our first day at Cedar Creek Church.
Yes.
And things began to come together slowly.
He Healing's never fast, right?
No, it was a hard process, long process. We walked in the doors the first time that morning, and I found out that I knew half the people that went to church there.
Oh.
A lot of them I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They welcomed us right in. Somebody asked me if I was still playing, because I used to play in bar bands.
Yeah.
And was still doing some of that in clubs and at parties and whatever.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I'm still playing. And he kind of looked at the stage, because you need to be up there. And I'm like, I don't think y'all want me up there. A lot of these people knew me from my past, you know. So we sat down, and I never will forget, Richard Swift stood up. And he had a Harley Davidson t-shirt on, blue jeans, tattoos. And he was a pastor. Mm-hmm. He actually founded Cedar Creek Church.
He drove a motorcycle.
Oh my gosh. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. But he stood
that
up.
was one of the things on the billboards.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
He stood up to walk up to preach the message, but instead he walked down the aisle a few steps, and he said something that just blew me away. Mm-hmm. First thing out of his mouth was, I do not care about your religion.
Wow.
He put out a pin drop. He said, tell me about your relationship with God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is what our problem was. We were sitting on the fence, half in, half out.
And we grew up Baptist, so
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
We'd go to church on Sundays sometimes just to check the
and
box.
that was the
Check the
first
box.
time I ever really heard, let's have a relationship. You need to have a relationship with him.
Every day.
He needs to be your best
Center-
friend. He
center of
needs
your
to
life.
be the one you go to for everything.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, and I can relate to that because I grew up in a Baptist background, and so that whenever I started going to to Biltmore, I was like, wait, a relationship?
This is new.
Yeah, this is new.
Hold
and I mean,
on.
my dad was a deacon in the church. He later on in our life, about that time, he was actually becoming a pastor.
Yeah.
But he was a Pentecostal holiness pastor.
Right.
Okay, I grew
And
up
I wasn't-
Pentecostal, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up like that, so
Right.
It's a little
was
different.
Not,
Yeah.
it's not my thing. So we kind of traveled around, went to different churches and things like that over the years. And but that was the thing that resonated with me. I think was when he said that, I was like, okay,
It got my
Okay.
attention.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just those little things. It's not like
Yeah.
a super long message.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's those little points
angels
that
didn't
come
up
out of the sky.
out of the sky.
You know?
Yeah, it's like
It's
something, yeah.
I'm like,
no.
It's the little moments
Okay.
that he uses, and you're like, oh, and you just kind of mull it over. You think about it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
putting pieces together because when
Yeah.
it's just like, wait, hold on, this makes sense. You know,
Exactly.
something clicks.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I think it's something that we both needed to hear because we're really struggling with what do we do? How did we even get here? Because
Yeah.
we didn't realize we were even in this mess, and then all of a
Right.
sudden it just hit us in the face. So we sat on the back row in front of the media booth, and it felt like the whole time we were the only two people in the room, and it was like, how does he know that's right where I'm at? Because he was preaching on it was just relating so much to where we were.
God knows.
All the
Yeah.
time.
And
All the
so on the
time.
way home, I'm like, I asked Deena, I said, did you feel like you were the only? Yes. Did you? I said, yes.
That's
She
crazy.
go-
You both felt that. Yeah.
And then she's like, we got to come back next Sunday.
and I mean, before we had never really been constant. Every Sunday we're in church.
Mm-mm.
We were not that
No.
couple.
Yeah.
We would, we would
Sitting on
go,
the
but
fence.
we wouldn't every Sunday. And from the time we walked into Cedar Creek, we were there every Sunday.
Felt different.
Yeah. It felt like
Unless
home.
we were,
Yeah.
unless we were out of town, we were there. We
Yeah.
were at church. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I got to go to church. We can do that after
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
That I started becoming my parents, and I mean I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on
Who
here?
am I? Yeah.
Yeah, who am I?
Exactly.
And so eventually you joined the worship
yeah.
team.
But before we get there,
Okay.
something I think that's important to share
Okay.
with you guys.
Yeah.
We figured out pretty quick from the sermons and being around Cedar Creek Church that we needed to change some things in our lives. We had some priorities we needed to change. We needed to change some friendships. Actually needed to let go of some friendships.
That was hard.
And that's probably one of the hardest things that we went through.
Mm-hmm.
But as you begin to understand more about what God wants you to do and how it's better for you, you start to see that certain things need to be removed or let go of.
Yeah.
And that caused some problems because a lot of these friends I grew up with,
Yeah.
like I said, I moved to where we were living in 1972, played Little League ball with some of these folks.
Wow. Yeah.
And they didn't want us to change. They didn't understand that we didn't want to do all that partying and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And we even tried to go to a few barbecues and whatnot and not drink and all that. Oh, come on, you can still have one.
You can have one, yeah.
And it just, that's what I mean by we started realizing, okay, we've got to let go of some of these people.
Alignment.
And that's
So-
hard, yeah.
And it's, yeah, I totally agree with you because, like, I can even tell now, like, God wants you to be around people who align with Him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
Yeah.
like, fully align and, like,
Right.
not afraid of the truth, willing to admit, be accountable. And when you start seeing those things and you can tell, like, something's off, you feel convicted.
You
You know?
do,
He
yeah.
convicts you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
So
gets
I
clearer.
it gets really
It gets
clear.
clearer.
Yeah.
You know.
The
So-
discernment's real.
You feel the pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
let's
it was-
maybe do this. Let's do something else.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, God was just taking us down this road,
Yeah.
educating ourselves and learning what was good for us as individuals and couple and what wasn't.
Yeah.
You know? So it got to a point, and this is going to sound really bad, but it's the truth. It got to a point where we were sitting on our screen porch one night, and it was just me and her, and it was a Friday night, and it felt awkward because we were just sitting there like we didn't know what to do, being alone.
Yeah, you're
just
like,
each
we're
other.
usually out doing
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was usually
What
like,
is this?
where's
You and
the
girls
party?
and
Where's the party at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just-
Why nobody's
Which bar
call-
are we going to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's calling us going, hey, let's go to this concert or let's do
come
nobody,
over to my house.
You know,
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah,
like,
some
what do we?
drinks.
Yeah.
And what do we do now? You know, because
It's quiet.
we were seeing that where we were going was right, but we're still kind of looking over our shoulder a little bit at what's being left behind.
Right.
So we're just sitting there, and I finally looked at her and I said, "Well, I'll never forget this." I said, "I guess it's just me and you now." You know, it seems like most of our friends just don't understand what we're trying to do, but we have to be more important than the world.
Right.
And she looked at me, a little tear come down her cheek, and she says, "Okay, God's going to give us some good friends."
Better
Yeah.
ones.
And over time, He did. You know, over time,
But it takes
He did.
time, though, right? It
and,
doesn't happen
you know,
overnight.
it was.
He replaced everything
He did.
that we lost, which we
did.
really didn't lose. We gained, but
But it feels like a loss in the moment.
yes,
Yeah.
it does. It
Well,
does.
the things that we let go, He brought better.
Yes.
things.
Yeah. It's
Whether
hard to
was
let it go.
friends
Yeah.
or you name it, you know. But that's kind of where it all started, and that was in August of '09. In November of '09, my good friend Dean Derrick invited us to go see Casting Crowns in
Oh,
Aiken.
yeah.
We love casting.
And
Yes,
I,
yeah.
I had
Around
never
forever.
been to a contemporary Christian concert like that.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
everyone I ever went to, there was drinking and fighting, and I was scared for her to get hurt.
Oh, gosh.
Y'all
yeah.
know.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We know the vibe,
You know,
yeah.
It just that's the only kind of concert I knew. And being a musician, I love live music, so I went and I was just blown away. I had never been where people of all ages were hanging out, having fun, no fighting, no foolishness. And then Casting Crowns started playing. It's like, oh goodness, you know. And it was like a door opening, or God saying, "That's what you need to
That's
do."
what, yeah.
You know. So I was sitting there, and I got really focused on one. I think his last name is DeVevo. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was, maybe still is, one of their lead guitar players.
Okay.
And I was watching him on that stage, and I was just focused, you know. And she looked at me because she noticed I wasn't saying anything, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "That's what I want to do." And I pointed down there, and she said, "Okay." So after 6 months of running from God, calling me to join this worship team at Cedar Creek, I finally said, "All right, Lord, they probably don't want me, but I'm going. If you said do it, I'll do it." And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
step out in faith a little bit. It's hard. Yeah,
it is. Absolute best decision I've ever made, except for marrying this one, I guess. But that's where the worship team part started. And it's just crazy how things went. I mean, we could go on and on and on, but to keep us on point, that was in early 2010. Late around October of 2010, I get a call from 88.3, which is a Christian radio station in Augusta, which had become my favorite. I just got to a point.
It's like his radio here. It's owned by the
Yeah,
same people.
I couldn't even. I got to where I couldn't listen to anything else. So
right, yeah,
I get
because you
this
don't
call.
want to hear the stuff. Yeah,
I get this call, and it's John. I can't remember his last name. He's station manager. He goes, "Hey Rob, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Working," because I worked out of my car, and I was over in Aiken at the mall somewhere going to a meeting. He goes, "I got somebody who wants to talk to you."
Oh.
Okay. And he said, "Hey, dude, this is Mac Powell with Third Day. You've won a couple of tickets to go on our music boat cruise in November.
My gosh!
Can't wait to meet you." And so we went on the music boat cruise, which at that time was, I think it was David Crowder and Third Day and the Newsboys and
all the
10th Avenue North.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, some of them were just kind of getting started, and David Crowder really wasn't quite that far along yet. But anyway, we got to spend a whole week on this boat with all of these music artists and see what authentic worship music looks like.
Right.
And not only that, but talking to them when they were just off the boat, hanging out. Real people. Yeah. It's all about me.
Not
like most of the musicians
or,
I knew.
Yeah.
It was seriously
he was
into what
standing
was going on.
at the salad bar with David Crowder.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah, we went. David Crowder.
He's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we walked in to get something to eat after we had been to his little show we had, and out of the corner of my eye, this tall guy. I'm like,
oh yeah,
wow.
I met him once. He's very tall. Yeah.
And he goes like, "So what's good?" And I'm like,
you know.
So
I'm just trying.
I don't know.
To process this.
Right. But it was interesting because he shifted that conversation really quickly. He said, "Tell me how our music helps you."
Oh wow.
It wasn't anything about how good am I or me. It was all about, I want to know how it helps you.
Right. Yeah.
And he was real, and it just kept coasting me further and further along with this worship team stuff. So we came back from that, and it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
It was just crazy how God brought things along to kind of keep us focused on this path, but because we were with God, not hanging out in the world and just checking a box on Sunday. If you don't,
it becomes real for you.
If you don't go all in with it, you get out of it what you put in it, I guess.
Absolutely.
It's the best way to put it. I mean, even on that music boat, the craziest thing happened. We were down in Miami. We stayed at a hotel the night before the shuttles come to get us to take us a boat. I go down and put some stuff in the truck, come back, go down and put some more stuff to leave it, and my truck had gotten broken into. Literally, between me going down the first time and going down the second time.
Yeah.
Oh,
and unfortunately, whoever it was stole a loaded pistol out of my truck. Now, I'm in Florida with a South Carolina permit. I don't even know if that's legal.
Right, yeah.
And we have an hour before we're supposed to get on this boat. And I'm thinking, I got to report this.
Yeah.
And there's no way that we're going to get all this done in time. We're going to miss our trip. We got on that boat.
Wow.
I mean, the devil just kept trying.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
been
He
so
puts
many
obstacles.
So many things that he has tried to do to keep us from where we are literally right now.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever imagine your life would look like this today?
No. Well, I dreamed.
No.
Yeah.
I dreamed it would.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit. He was on the worship team, and then one Sunday I was, sitting in front of a girl that I knew, sitting in front of, and I could hear her sing, and I was like, oh man.
Yep.
After service was over, I was like, you need to be up there. Mm-hmm. And so they were having just kind of, if you're interested in it, come join.
Right.
And let's see how let's see if you fit in or whatever.
Right.
It wasn't quite as structured as
Biltmore.
So that night, I said, I'll come up here. I was going to encourage her to get up there.
Yeah.
And before the night was over, I was also on the worship team.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It was just like
Jesus turned that around and puts you up there.
What?
She said, "Wait, what happened?
what happened?
I wasn't here for me."
I was here for her.
Yeah.
I was on the welcome. I was on the
welcome
team.
team.
Yeah, the welcome team. And so, it kind of, in the beginning, it started slow and everything. But right there at the end, right before we left, we were serving every Sunday.
Oh, I love that.
Which I never got tired of.
Because it can get draining if it's the wrong environment or if you're not doing it for the right reason.
It can.
Yeah.
And I mean, whenever I'm up there, I don't know.
Takes you to another place.
It does. It's like, I don't know. I never saw myself on the stage up there singing and praising because I'm not the most extroverted person, but when I'm up on stage, I become one.
More.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. When we're practicing together,
Yeah.
I see it.
Well, I mean, it's the funniest thing because, part of church is, they call them home groups at Cedar Creek, but y'all do connect groups.
Yeah,
They're the same
it's
thing.
all the same thing.
And I was kind of wanting to get involved in one of those, and she was like, and I finally talked her into going to one. She's like, well, I'll go, but I'm not saying anything. Right.
I'll just sit quietly.
So I don't know if it was the first time or the second time, but by the second time she was sitting in the floor and you guys then just talking. You couldn't get her.
I love it.
But she like changes sometimes when she gets.
I'm introverted if I don't know you, but I'm extroverted once I do.
Once
know
you get to
Yeah, you light up.
Yeah.
You just love that, and I love that about you.
So anyway, we got to serve together.
Right.
Probably from 2015 to when we moved up here in 2025. So 10 years of doing that together, which is the most amazing thing in the
It
world.
really is.
There's just nothing like realizing that you're doing something with what God put in you, whether it's speaking, playing, greeting, whatever it might be.
Yeah, when you're using your gifts, that matters so much.
Yes.
We might be serving every Sunday, but I'm using my gift for the Lord, and it rejuvenates you.
Right, exactly. And it's honestly so fulfilling when you do.
It is.
Just thinking about, from what you said, I think, God's preparing us before we even realize, He's actually there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not where you were, it's where you're going.
Right.
You know? And so when you do become that person and you are doing what God has called you to do, it is the most joyful, fulfilling,
absolutely,
life purpose thing you could ever do.
I don't know if you can really explain it until you actually happen to see it or experience it, but I'm sure that you guys know this. One of the most powerful things in the world is to be leading worship, in my case playing guitar, and see somebody encounter the Lord through the song that the team is doing for God, not for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
When you have that part figured out and you see somebody impacted by it, you just never get tired.
That is so true.
It really feels like
I'm
finally where I need to be.
Yeah.
And from then on, you continue to grow with it. But that's where we were, and we just gradually healed.
Yeah.
And have helped maybe a couple of people along the way. But there's always next steps, and we knew that someday we wanted to live here. We didn't know how or when or how God was going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, things happened with my mom passing away in 2021, and it kind of gave us a jumping off point because I had stayed to look after her after my dad died from cancer a long time ago because we lived next door to each other.
Okay, yeah.
On a farm, and she couldn't keep up with the farm, so...
Farms are a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I told Deena when that happened, I said, all right, now, if we're going to do this, let's do it.
Yeah.
And one of the very first things that we had to deal with is, what are we going to do about church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, y'all, I kid you not, and I hope my family don't take this the wrong way, But I swear it was harder for me to leave my church family than anything else.
Yeah.
It still is.
And I didn't realize that until we did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until we
Because
actually did it.
they're your soul family.
Oh, Lord.
You know, like
They became such a rock center part of everything, and that was tough.
yeah.
I mean, it was really difficult. So God again still working. You know,
Of course, yeah.
we came up. We met Carl Brown, who goes to the Arden campus at Biltmore, through a friend, because we were looking for a realtor, and we were trying to find a place, and you know, we wanted to find somebody to work with. So we met with Carl the first time downtown, and he knew that we were trying to get a relationship started, looking for a house down the road. We weren't in a big hurry. You know, COVID, everything was overpriced up here at that time.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
So anyway, we go thinking we're going to meet a realtor and talk about houses. We spent about 30 minutes talking about a house, and then Deena said, you know, the only thing that's really hard for us is our church means so much to us, and we just don't know how we're ever going to find a church like that up here. And conversation changed. For the next 2.5 hours, we talked about faith and God and church. And he told us, honestly, he said, really, you don't need to move yet. He said, but while you're in town, Biltmore Church sounds a lot like Cedar Creek Church. Why don't you visit the Hendersonville campus tomorrow if you're not doing anything? Because this was a Saturday night. And we made plans to be at another church.
Yeah.
Because we were looking.
It's funny, oh God.
So
Maybe try this
So,
instead.
so God kind of moved us over here through Carl, and so we went to Hendersonville campus the next day. And as soon as we walked in, that box was checked. It's like, this is it.
Yeah, you know when it's
We
home.
know.
Yeah.
You just,
You know.
yeah.
There was no more looking for us. We just knew. We were like, I don't know what he's going to do with us here, but this is where we're supposed to be.
After going when we're here, when we're visiting, this became our vacation spot. We used to go different places, and we
Yeah,
just
for about 4 years.
we would always come here. And
My family and I used to visit here too, and then I
Really?
eventually moved
Cool.
here, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so we would be at our church on Sunday morning, and on Sunday night we would watch Biltmore. And the more we grew, and the more we started, visiting, and it became less a dream. It was more a calling.
Yeah.
Because we both felt that's where God wants us.
Well,
That's
God-
where we need to be,
He
is
was-
in this church.
He was just
Yeah.
revealing bits and pieces,
And
like he does.
we even said, we may not be good enough to be on the worship team. If we're not, we'll find something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you find somewhere to
Because-
serve. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. We were at a church where, you can sing. Come on, you're on Sunday. That sort of thing. It wouldn't.
There was not,
not
a lot of. There just weren't a lot of volunteers.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people had to volunteer multiple positions. Burnout could be an issue.
Yeah.
I was playing literally every Sunday and loving every minute of it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, there were some Sundays like,
I have to
But-
get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have days like
But-
that, even
Yeah.
the things that we love.
but I
Yeah.
was loving it, and I had taken lessons to learn how to play lead, and was learning lead, and having kids a third of my age teaching me how to play these licks and
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we were doing there.
Yeah.
So when we first came to Hendersonville, immediately I'm watching the guitar players and how that's going and whatever, and the devil, as he always does,
Yeah.
Of course.
began
yeah.
to get in my ear, and he's like, "Are you good enough to do that?
Yeah.
They're
Me
way."
The
more
lies
so-
start
me
whispering.
more so than
yeah,
him,
the
because
insecurity.
It does feel,
Yeah.
I will say, at first it felt a little intimidating,
Yeah.
you know, since, I'm with you guys and that we both serve, it was like, it was scary because you're like going out of your little comfort zone and you haven't been doing it for a little while.
Yeah.
And you have the gift, but you're like doubting yourself. We call
Yeah.
those the whispers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lots
You
of
know,
days.
I mean,
Lots
where
of them.
where we
If
were,
I fail. Yeah.
I was the only electric guitar player,
Right.
so I just had to do everything. It was like, we'll just come up with something because a lot of these songs
Yeah.
have 3 and 4 guitars going on.
Right, yeah.
So I was just kind of had free reign to just come up with something. And I had a music stand with travel sheets. Up here, you play parts.
Yeah.
I'd never done that before. So all this stuff, new stuff, moving along.
But you're learning like
It was
new
a learning
things
Yes.
as you go.
And, and constantly, you know, like we would watch on Sunday night. Of course, it was the Arden campus, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I would watch those guys and gals, and it's like,
Yeah, I was
I don't know if I'm
maybe-
that good or not. You know, because
I don't know about this. I just don't know if I'm
they're,
good enough.
they're pretty sharp, you know. And,
Yeah.
and I told her, I said, wow, they got like 2 electric guitars. I just didn't even know how that would play out.
Of course.
And then, of course, when we would visit with you guys, same
Yeah.
thing, exactly, you know, multiple guitars, everybody just super talented,
Yeah.
but also humble at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest part for me was, am I going to be able to do this
Right.
the way it's done here? You know, especially being at the stage of life I'm at. And I'm going to use that as a crutch, I guess. But that's what the devil does.
Of course.
He will find whatever he can
Yes.
to come against you. And I'm going to say something right here now that I meant to say earlier. This may get some pushback, but it's something I firmly believe. Guys, hear me on this. Our job is to be the gatekeeper of our home. Our job is to be the watchman over threats to our home and our marriage. We have to be that person. That's not our mom's job or dad's job or brothers, sisters, yada yada. That is the man's job to see and deal with things that try to come against his home and his family.
Yep.
Now, important to say, in addition, when those things are identified, he needs to work with his spouse jointly to mitigate or eliminate those things. Because if you allow them to come in, they're going to take away what God's trying to do. But I really believe that is our responsibility as husbands or boyfriends, however you want to see it,
Right, yeah.
to kind of take the point on that.
Or
And then work together with
head
her.
of the household.
Head of household.
Yeah.
Yeah, head of household's a
Thank
better
you.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say
It's not just
that's
No,
right. That's a
yeah.
good point.
because I was
That's a good
single
point.
for many years, and
Yeah.
so
Because honestly, you know, one of the things I learned early on at Cedar Creek was I felt like I dropped the ball with that, and that's what got us in trouble.
Yeah.
And we don't need to get into specifics, but I really believe that, and that's a great point. Whoever's the head of the home,
Yeah.
you know, working together with the spouse,
Yeah.
you got to defend that.
Yeah.
Because the devil does not want love in this world. He doesn't want marriage in this world.
Yeah.
And you can't be passive. You know, it's like we say all the time at Biltmore. Well, Eve is the one that ate the apple. Yeah, but Adam stood there and let her do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's fair, yeah.
So
Guaranteed.
It was both parties,
that's a big deal for me in particular. I meant to do that earlier.
No, it's
Yeah.
such a no, and that is so good, and you're both so right because you know, I see where you're coming from, you know, and as a man, on our last episode, like there's a lot of weight to being a man,
Yeah.
and you don't know like how lonely it can be. And it was very eye-opening, you know, for me, and I know it was for you.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I sat there, I'm like, wait, how? And I just wanted to keep asking more questions because it's a lot, it's different, you know, because us as females, like, I feel like we more have the advantage, you know, than the two. But you really don't know what someone's going through. And when God calls you to be, you know, the leader of the house, that is a lot more responsibility than anyone can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm a single parent now, I was before I was married, and now that I'm a single parent again, that is so true. Like, I understand, and it's a struggle because it's not about you. You know, when you have a family and when you are married, speaking when I was married, you're a team. You have to protect your house.
yes,
You have to identify, like you
Absolutely.
were saying. And then, you know, as a mom now, it's not about me. It's about my 2 kids. So, that was great.
Yeah.
That was
I-
great.
Words of
It was
wisdom.
so
Yeah.
words of wisdom.
It really, that's something that I figured out really quick. is what got us into the mess that we were in.
Yeah.
And I just want to share that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also important to realize if the man is the leader of the house, he doesn't lord that over everybody. It's all about teamwork.
It is.
But somebody's got to call it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Even if it's, let's say it's the wife and she comes with, you know, I think this person might be a problem. You got to receive that as the husband and then come together and figure out
Talk
what are we
about
going to do.
it.
You know? You just have to trust each other.
And be open-minded and be willing to accept it.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
It's a partnership.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
It's
It
not
is.
just one side.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not one-sided.
It is.
It's not.
He's my best friend.
It is.
I love
you
that.
know,
That's how
and-
it should be.
And it's
Yeah.
it's so strange because we just got to a point that first time we were on the porch and we're like, what are we gonna do now? We got to the point where we didn't want to do anything, but it's like we look forward to Friday night, peace and quiet on the porch, just me and you, and we just got to where that's all
Even
we
now.
wanted.
That's amazing.
You know?
And
Even now.
And that's okay.
But it was not that way.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
You know,
And like, even though that happened, it doesn't define who you are.
No.
You know? And it's crazy how, like, like it happened. Yeah, you know, you could have hidden your shell and you could have said, I'm scared, I don't want to talk about it, let's just sweep it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth didn't scare both of you. I mean, look at this, like, you're sharing your story on a podcast of like thousands of views. And it's like the truth it's not scary. Because when you tell the
The truth needs to be told.
Yeah.
you can use it. Yeah, it's something you did. You're not afraid of it, and you can look at it and say, "I'm not scared of you." Yeah, I did it, but that's not who I am. That's not my worth, right?
It was a part of my journey, but it's not who I am
that's
now.
not who I am.
Yeah.
This is what I did.
Yeah.
Don't do it, and you're using it to help someone else, and that's beautiful. That is
Well, thank you.
that is beautiful, both of you.
Yeah.
You know, I do think now, like, I know you know this question, but does now everything make sense? Looking
Yes.
back.
Good.
I want to kind of go back a little bit
Of course, go
because
ahead.
when we finally made up our minds that yes, we're doing this, and we did all the things that Carl told us to do, you know, paid down bills and did all the things, started doing things in the house. You know, one of the things on that list was, because I worked for county government for 16 years.
Wow.
And so I was like, well, one of the things I'm going to have to do is find a job when I get up there.
Yep.
So one Sunday in 2024, November 2024.
Important to say this happened
Yes.
in church
In
where we were
church.
supposed to be.
Just throw that out there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So my the pastor's wife is who I work for, and she came to me one Sunday. She said, "You're looking for something remote, aren't you?" She said, "Well, I think I might have something for you to do." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes, I'm very interested." So fast forward July 1st of 2024, I went to work for Horse Creek Academy, which I love.
Yeah.
Remotely.
Yeah.
And because she knew all along that even though I worked from my home there for a year, that we were eventually coming here.
Exactly.
And I just, it was like, that was God
It's
saying,
provision.
yes. He's like, come on, let's take another step. Because I was scared, y'all.
Yeah.
I
that's
knew my
scary.
job. I
Yeah.
knew what I
You-
should
you
do.
worked there
I
for
knew
a long time.
16
I knew,
years. Yeah,
yes.
that's no small
That's a
stuff.
lot.
Yeah.
You were head of the
You're
finance
people.
department there.
And, well,
Okay.
not finance. I was head of
You were head of a department.
Collections.
For,
Yeah, I was in finance, but I had
you were
my
very
own.
successful.
So you're
Division.
almost a CFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. We got a
my
boss
own
here.
division.
Heck yeah.
And you know, I was like, I just don't know. I just don't, you
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
scary because what I was going into, which is what I do now,
Of course.
is HR and finance.
Yeah.
I was good at what I was doing, so I was
Yeah.
just like, I just had that.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of trust. I had to really.
To leave that position.
Yes, and even the day that I, you know, and I talked to my old job, and I was willing to step back, and because what we were doing, we were ambulance. We'd build ambulances for the ambulance company.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Aiken County Ambulance, and so I knew I could do that from home.
Right.
But they didn't want to do that,
Right.
so that was kind of my answer. Okay,
Uh huh.
if we're gonna do this, we got to do this.
Exactly.
So it was very scary, but God is just.
But
oh
usually
my
the best things
goodness.
come from when we're
Yeah.
scared.
It was like he was just
so true.
Yeah.
he was giving us each step along the way. You know.
The job I left was good, but y'all,
Oh, she's got it made.
God
Much
is
better.
just
Just like I said,
just-
the things that we walked away from, he's given us better.
yes.
You
Oh,
know?
that's so good.
I love how he works like
But
that.
it was a
Yeah.
crazy thing. I mean, I needed to do the same thing. I went to my boss, who I'd worked for 15 years in payroll taxes, and asked him, "This is what I'm doing. Would you be open to remote work?" Because we could. And they agreed to it.
Wow.
And said, "Yeah, we
God
don't
opened
lose
that
you."
door. Yeah.
But the devil never stops.
Of course not.
So
Because you're a threat.
we
Yeah.
thought.
You're
It's
right.
right.
We thought,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
we've got our jobs. That's, we're better. So we put our house on the market down there.
Oh, yes.
And we were up here looking at houses with Carl. And we get a call at Dario's. We're eating lunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
And she had
They're our church.
Yes. We discovered that real quick when we were visiting the campus at Hendersonville campus. But anyway, I got a call from our realtor down there. He's like, "Dude, we got a serious offer on your house. I think you should look at it." He said, "If you can, you should look today."
Yeah.
Pulled it up on the iPad, called him back, and said, "What do you think?" And he said, "I think you should take it," because we'd had two before, and they were
Right.
kind of ridiculous
Right.
and wanting us to put a bunch of money back and reduce prices, whatever. So we signed it right there in Hendersonville.
In Dario's.
Signed it.
Yeah. Crazy.
And
Very
this,
good.
Yeah, we love
this
it.
was like, well,
Yeah.
here's
Best.
another step, and it was scary, but we did it.
Yeah.
You know,
Took that faith.
that was
Yeah.
on Saturday. I go to work Monday, and I got a call the next Monday, 2 days later. My boss calls me, and she goes, "I need you to come into the office. We need to talk about something." And I said, "Oh, okay." Long story short, I get there, and we all were told that our company had been bought, and our jobs would be ending in October. Now, we'd already signed an offer,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I
yeah.
had found out now I don't have a job
Oh
in
my gosh.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's a hard pill to swallow.
and on top of that, we couldn't talk to anybody because of non-disclosures. I couldn't even talk to the only person I could talk to was her.
Yeah.
And if I did, and somebody found out, I would be immediately fired. But if not, we could keep our jobs till October.
Right. Okay.
So, oh, good Lord, now what? And
You're in a
there
sticky
was
situation.
some serious anxiety.
Tell them what Carl told us, though.
Well,
in the
I
middle of
will, right? So we get that happened, and I was just like, I got to ask if we can get out of this offer. So the one person I knew I could trust was Carl because he was way up here. So I called him up and I explained to him. I said, "Look, you've got to keep this between me and you, but this is what's happened. We just signed this offer on this house. Can we get out of this?" And he said, "Nope. Unless the buyer terminates it, you're done." Oh dear. So we were really stressed, but
Talk about anxiety.
instead of
Yeah.
going back to the old,
Like, all right,
instead of
Lord.
coping the wrong way, we just kept praying about it. And even the worship team was asking me, "Are you okay? You okay?" Because I couldn't
Yeah.
tell nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
Anybody.
look like
I
stressed.
know.
And
You
then
know, on
you
top of
can't.
everything
For
else,
sure.
our pastor and his wife knew everybody in Aiken where I was working. It
Yeah.
was just like can't chance it. So I just called Carl one day. I was mad
As
at
you
the
should
Lord
be.
and everything. I'm like, you got us all the way here, and now what?
And now you're leaving us high
What do
and
we do?
dry. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Are we not?
Yeah,
Going in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What do we do?
It made us question that even.
So I called
And-
Carl and I just told him what was going on, and he has been Carl Brown. Boy, you've just been a blessing, unbelievable. But he told me, he said, "Rob, you're not looking at this the right way." He said, "You need to look at it like this." He said, "If you knew this was going to happen, would you have taken that offer on that house?" No, absolutely not. He said, "That's the whole point. God's got you in a position now where you can't screw up what He's got in the works for you. You can't mess it up,
Yeah.
and you're just going to have to trust Him."
Yeah.
He said, He hasn't left you. He's put you now in a position where you can't let your emotions mess this up.
Yeah. It's fully in his hands. Like, you can't,
You've got to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We pretty much, that sealed it when you,
Yeah.
this is what we are doing. Because, you know, sometimes you worry you're not doing God's will.
Yeah.
And you're hearing voices that you're
Oh, it's tough.
I know it is for me. Sometimes I'm worried I'm not hearing the right voices.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, is this the Lord? Is this me?
Is this me being just wanting to
Yeah.
be here, or is this really what
Actually
he wants
him.
for us?
So to wrap that up really quick on that end of it, ironically, I ended up with a job for a while. It came pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got us away from worrying with that. And once we got up here, that job started going south. Mm-hmm. And as it turns out, the people that she works with at Payfluence in Greenville to do payroll for Horse Creek hired me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working for them now.
All right.
That's amazing.
And they are the best company I've ever worked for.
That's awesome.
Christian based.
It's Christian
That's
based.
so nice. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Our meetings always start with prayers, good people.
You don't see that in most workplaces, you know?
No, and it's from the top down, you know, and it's just, again, you look back now and you see what God's
He's
trying
done so
to do.
much.
And we have no idea, you know, where he's going to take us. I mean, we talked to Holden, you know, because I really wanted to do the worship team thing, and I'm like, you know, I didn't know we had to audition.
Yeah.
I'd never done that, and I thought the whole
We pull in the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
I'm shaking.
I remember.
Oh my Lord. We were just like, we got audition.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't really know how to do that, but I'm like, all right, God.
It's another step for him
I'll
to
do
help
it.
you through. Yeah.
You know, and we went, and this Holden's been a godsend. All of you guys have. But him in particular, he does good with her. Mm-hmm. It takes a certain person to lead a worship team.
Absolutely.
You've got to have certain skills. And we've seen, over the years, we worked with a few at Cedar Creek, and they were all a little different, but that was tough. I mean, I was just like, I'm going to be up here by myself doing this, you know? Mm-hmm. And we thought we were going to do it together, and he's like, no, you can play your part, and then she's going to sing her part.
She's going to do hers.
I know.
Lord. But, you know, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It worked out like it should have, I think. And, you know, people at home have been asking, hey, are you guys playing? And we're like, well, actually, we're doing it a little differently because I love the development band concept, you know. You kind of get to learn how it works before you just jump in.
Yes.
That is a really nice thing.
It is so
and
great.
I have really, really loved that.
I do too.
Just because here things are a little more technical.
Mm-hmm. Structure.
Yeah. And it's like, timing.
You got to know. Yeah. You gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
It's not something you can just walk into.
Yeah.
I think. So we've just been kind of enjoying that, you know, and it's been a season maybe of a little rest for both of us when it comes to serving, because we were serving every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and loving it, but we've kind of been able to step back maybe and really look at why we do it, not just repetitively.
Yeah. Not just doing it to do it or whatever.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, and that's one of I feel like the biggest blessings for me. Helping now with the development band, because you know I was in the development band, and because you know I used to sing my whole like childhood and early teens, and you know life happens, and then I got back into it. I'm like, wait, I don't know how to work ears, like you know, and so having to start there and learn, and now to help is just. It's so light and it's fulfilling.
I'm so thankful you are there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah.
It's you need to know
exactly
how important you
What
are.
an encourager
with that.
for me.
Oh,
because
I love that.
she had somebody at home where we used to live that used to do that for her, and she still calls to check on her.
good.
But that's something that we both need, especially her. You know, we need that support.
Yeah.
And
And I will tell you,
when you go from
helped me a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
So
especially in this last season, you know, you both know what I went through, and to see that there was light through one of the darkest seasons of my life. You have been more of a light than you know. So I want to thank you as well.
You're welcome for that.
Yes.
Just know that it's an ongoing fight.
Yeah. Always.
We're not perfect, but
No.
I mean,
Neither are we. You know?
No.
we
We have a
still
podcast.
Just
we
because we have a
still-
podcast and
we
just trying
still
to
have
spread
those.
light.
yes.
We still have those moments where we kind of go off the track a little
Yeah.
bit, but the important thing is just to realize that you just keep fighting.
Yeah.
You keep reaching more and more for the Lord.
You keep pressing
That's all we
forward.
can do.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, sometimes that makes it maybe a little tougher. You know, the devil's not going to mess with you if you're not messing with him.
Oh no.
Oh no, because you're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not doing
Complacent
anything.
and,
And
yeah.
And I
then-
think a lot of times people think, you know, well, if being a Christian, everything will just be sunshine and roses. Or,
Oh, no.
That is
Absolutely
not-
Pink Cadillacs.
Absolutely
It's
not.
like what
Yeah.
Bruce says, you know, but it's usually
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the wins come when we sit down together like this and we share how important that battle is together, and we get that support.
And he's not going.
From
He is
each other.
not going to win.
No.
No.
No matter how hard he tries.
No, I mean,
He
you
is
know,
not gonna
even
win.
even with the music, you know, having to not have that safety sheet or whatever you call it, crutch, being you know, the chord sheets, etc., and having to learn parts and learning how to play with a click.
Yes.
Because
yes.
we didn't do click for so long that a lot of it's just feel, and now we're going back to having to, you know, like singing with the click, and it's different. And I don't play the whole song. Now I got to learn how to play less, you know. And sometimes it's still that thing in that whisper.
Yeah.
You ain't got this. And what you have to say back is, no, I don't have this, but God's got me.
Yeah.
So we're going
And
to
I
do
can
this.
learn, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If someone is listening, you know, to this episode, you know, today, and they feel like they're like too far gone, or like God possibly couldn't use them, what would you say to them?
Don't listen to that because you're never too far gone.
No.
When you start feeling like you're too far gone, I think that's when God is, He is encouraging you the most to come to Him, and just know, no matter what you were told in other churches or in your past life, you're never too far gone.
Yeah.
He loves you no matter what,
That's right.
and He will come for you. He leaves the 99 just for the
Just
one.
for the
Yeah.
one.
And I'm so thankful.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's like we used to say at Cedar Creek Church, you can never go too far down the wrong road. You can always turn around.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you are in this life. You can make a choice. And God is never going to say, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Never.
It's like
I
the
mean,
prodigal son, you know?
Yeah,
He
that's what I was
welcomes
gonna
him
say.
back
My
with open
dad,
arms.
when I would call him on the phone, he would call. He's like, "How's my prodigal?"
Oh.
And thank goodness, before he passed away, he was able to see me change
Amen.
and become the girl I am now.
Yeah.
And
Becoming her costs you everything, but look how beautiful you are now. You were beautiful then, but you're grown.
Yeah, my mom.
And there's no
More
going back.
blossom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
There's no
beautiful,
going.
beautiful.
You know,
tree.
my
Yeah.
mom told me, Mama told me the same thing. You know, she was overjoyed
Yeah.
with the change that we made, and she always had us in church when we were kids. She played piano in church. That's where the music comes from
Yeah.
for me. But
Yeah.
she told me not long before she passed away. She said, "You know, I can go to sleep at night. I don't worry about you."
Oh.
and he quit calling me his prodigal.
Yeah.
That's good.
He started calling me his baby girl.
Aw.
I was like, okay,
You're like, this is good. I like this.
This-
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah.
That was so good.
This was wonderful, guys. But yeah, what a powerful reminder that God isn't finished writing anyone's story.
That's right.
Yes. And, you know, no matter where you are today, your past doesn't disqualify you. God specializes in redemption, restoration, and calling ordinary people into a greater purpose, you know?
Absolutely.
And if today's episode, encouraged you, just be sure to like and subscribe and share this with someone who needs hope, We love to hear your testimony too, so leave us a comment and let us know how God's working in your life. As always, thank you for joining us here at Rooted Conversations, where every conversation is rooted in truth, faith, and hope. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thanks for joining us for Rooted Conversations.
Until next time, stay rooted in truth and open in conversation while navigating real life.